I want to talk to you guys today about spirituality and manifesting. I think there is a lot of misinformation out there on this subject that we often get caught up in thinking that we want or need more and thinking, okay, how do we manifest this? We need to manifest this. We need to change our subconscious beliefs, and then we can have all these things, and that somehow that's going to make us happier. And on my path, from my experience, often it just leaves us with a sense of feeling lack and limitation when it's not showing up when we think it should, or how we think it should, or whatever it is. And I was told this, and I don't know for a fact if this is true, but it sure does feel like it from my life and how it's unfolded to this point, that before we incarnate on this planet, we're this huge energy out in the universe, and we decide, okay, yes, we want to experience this and we want to learn this, and then they shrink our energy down, and right before we get ready to go and we can't really back out at this point, they say, oh yeah, and you won't remember anything. And off we go into a human body to have the human experience, and forget that we signed up for this, and forget that we signed up for all the lessons that we would receive. We do know that our subconscious mind controls most of what happens to us in our exterior world. Well, we sign up for the families that we incarnate into, and so those experiences we also signed up for, right? And, I do, from all of my experiences, those things do shift over time, our energy, and it does take work. I have had to do affirmations, positive affirmations, really observe my thoughts at times and say, okay, that's not a thought or a belief that I want to continue to have. And, I have shifted quite dramatically in the last 10 years on my path. I have really done some major shifts and up-leveling. But it really feels like that is what I signed up to do. When I've gotten different readings, and everything's unfolding exactly how it's meant to on each of our paths. Like, our soul signed up to learn certain things. And so when we get stuck in that loop of wanting something that we feel like we don't have, it can spiral us into this loop of lack and limitation, when really the now moment is all we ever have. And I really know that we're always given everything we need in each moment, no matter what it is. It's exactly the experience that we signed up for. I remember reading Peace Pilgrim. This woman, all she had was one set of clothing. That's all she had. And I think a notepad and a pen in her pocket, maybe a comb. And she walked until someone offered her food or a place to sleep. And one night she got caught in a storm. It was an early storm hit that year, and she was caught off guard, and she almost froze to death. But in that moment, she said the veil was so thin, she saw the other side. And it was one of the most profound spiritual experiences that she ever had. And she would have never traded that. that experience for a warm bed or a plate of food, right? It was so a profound experience for her. So this is why I am really have this inner knowing from everything that I've experienced, especially the last year, two years really, but this last year has shown me even more that I've integrated it on a whole new level. There's been times when my husband and I would get down to like no money. We had nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this was not, he had an electrical corporation before. We made really good money. We never had to worry about money at the beginning of our marriage. It was just, we always had it and we always could go out to eat or do the things that we wanted to do, go to festivals. And so this was quite challenging for me at times to really stay present and not feel lack and be grateful for what I had. But on this path, everything that we need shows up exactly when it's meant to, and it's so magical when you can come to that place of complete surrender and just trusting the divine, not knowing where your money's going to come from tomorrow or if any money will come tomorrow, not knowing, there were times when I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't know if we would have enough money to get groceries. And every time we did, I remember we got down to we're in Mexico right now and we had no bottled water left. And I was like, oh, David, we don't have any money. We don't have, what are we going to do? And he just wasn't even worried about it. He's like, don't worry, we have everything we need. And the next day, one of his friends just Venmo'd us $20 out of the blue. We didn't ask. He just sent us some money. It was like, hey, thinking about you. And we went to the store that day and got our water. And then, the other day we had gotten a big box of dates shipped to us. It's one of our favorite things to eat. And we went through it pretty fast. And David had another one was coming to us. And we were at the store. And I'm like, should we buy some dates? Because it hasn't come yet. He's like, no, don't worry. It'll be here. And we got home and the box of dates was there. As soon as we were done, another one arrived. Things like that keep happening to show and prove to me that I don't have to worry, that the divine is taking care of us in each moment. And staying present in the now moment is the magic. If you are sitting there lamenting over mistakes you made in the past, you're not present. If you're worried about where your next money's going to come from or how you're going to pay your bills, you're not in the present moment. And I'm telling you, I have witnessed time and time again, that's where the magic happens. When you can stay present in the moment. That's what Yeshua did. He would just flow, go with the flow of the universe, follow your highest excitement, flow wherever the universe takes you. And it's taken us on a wild ride this last year. There were times we wanted to go this direction and then all doors would close and it's like, no, you're going this way. And we don't know exactly how tomorrow is going to unfold, but we know that we're always taken care of in each moment. And when you can have that level of trust, you really are open to the synchronicities and the magic of the universe. It is so completely magical when you can surrender to that level. So I hope this helps some of you on your path. So much love to you all.